Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, I was here during the markup, and we had a robust discussion, and I disagreed vehemently with the 90% because it actually lessens the current standard. And I disagreed at the time, and I talked to the Chairman, and we came to an agreement that we would forego the amendment at that time, but he fully prepared and intended to offer the amendment on the floor. I don't think that lessening the standard is what we are shooting for here, while I understand, and I would agree with the good lady from California that 100% is obviously very difficult to attain, if not impossible, but you might not get there, but it should always be our goal. I mean, the goal of counterterrorism is always 100%. We always strive for that, even though some might get through. The Boston bomber might get through. We expect our prison system to maintain the prisoners, but every now and then one gets out. We expect and pay for our law enforcement to enforce the law and catch criminals and prosecute them. But every now and then one gets away. It happens. But the goal should always be set at the maximum because the get is always less, i.e., if you set a standard for 100%, you might get 90. In this case, it's already 100%, and we're not getting anywhere close to 90 or anything like it. But if you set it at 90, you are definitely going to get mediocrity, even more mediocrity than we currently have. It is why it is never acceptable. If I take my car to the shop and I say that the brakes are not working, sir or ma'am, and they say, okay, well, we'll fix them to 90%, will that be acceptable to you? No, it would never be acceptable. Or if they think they fixed them to 100%, we understand that maybe on occasion it won't work. They will not have tightened a line or something like that. But we always strive for 100%. We don't go out on the, out on the highway with our brakes working at 90%. We expect 100% because we got to stop. We always strive for 100%. We don't put things into law for failure, nor should we. I don't think we should enforce it to 90% of the law. And I used this argument prior to this Congress and the last one on this very same subject. As a commander, taking troops downrange into combat, if I would have stood in front of their families, their husbands, their wives, sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, and said, look, we're just going to do our best, but I think I'm probably only going to bring 90% of your loved ones back. 90%, that's the best I can do. Well, I would be and should have been fired right on the spot. We strive for 100%. We strive to bring everybody home, but everybody knows the deal. You might not be able to because you're not in control of every single circumstance, but that doesn't mean we don't do our best, and we should do our best as well now. So if we're really shooting for 90% of the border, I guess it's going to be okay to allow 10% of terrorists in? Not on my watch, it's not. Not on mine. With all due respect, I appreciate the gentlelady's assertions, but I cannot, will not support the bill and will not support, or the amendment will not support it if it has something less than a 100% goal of stopping terrorists from coming across our border. Mr. Chairman, I yield.